Hello, this is Reverend Angelia with today's Bible reading. Today's reading comes from Ephesians 2, Made Alive in Christ. As for you, you were dead in your transgressions and sins, in which you used to live when you followed the ways of this world, and of the ruler of the kingdom of the air, and that would be the devil, the spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient. All of us lived among them at one time, gratifying the cravings of our sinful nature and following its desires and thoughts. So he's letting you know, at one point, you were as bad as these evil people because you were committing sins before you decided, to become a good person and get saved. And, anyone says that's not true, then okay, I'm doubting you, no offense. Only Jesus is the only perfect one of us. Like the rest, we were by nature objects of wrath. And that's something I was talking about, the other day about people in my sermon about, pouring your wrath out on other people. If you're miserable inside and you're a hateful person, then you're trying to make everybody else miserable and hateful just like you. And that's sad. You're to be pitied because it really means, that you're not okay inside. You probably need some mental or emotional help, but you have to be willing to do the work. In all of my, years of being a minister and coaching, 178 people alone through the charity. That's not counting what I did, through my ministry. I didn't even keep track. You have to keep track with the charity, but I didn't keep track through my ministry. But I guarantee you there were at least that many and probably more. And I can tell you which 4 clients I had, which were just not willing to do the work. I can't make you be mentally healthy or emotionally healthy if you're not willing to do the work. No counselor, no psychologist can make you healthy if you're not willing to do the work. You have to meet people halfway and do the work. That is the problem with you. If these people, if your life coach, your minister, your counselor cannot help you, it's because you're not meeting them halfway. Or because your mental illness is so serious, you probably need medication to help you manage it. That's just the facts, Jack. So, back to our topic. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. Because if you're committing transgressions and sins, you're going to die and not be reborn, because you're of a sinful nature. You're not of the nature of God. And he doesn't want you in heaven. He doesn't want to put up with that. I mean, that's God's thing. No drama. It is by grace that you have been saved. He didn't have to save you. It's by his grace because he wanted to. And God raised up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus, in order that in the coming ages he might show the incomparable riches of his grace. Because that's the most important thing. You can have money, you can have stuff, you can have, 1,000 people around you, be famous. But is that going to be as important as being, with God in the end? I don't think so. Expressed in his kindness to us in Christ Jesus. For it is by grace you have been saved, because they have to do it, through faith, because we had faith that God could save us, and that Jesus was the Son of God, the Christ, and that if we believed in him, our sin debt has been paid. And this is not from yourselves, certainly not. Because Jesus said none of us are perfect, none of us are good enough, and we never will be. No, not one of us. So that no one can boast. For we are God's workmanship. He made us. Created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. So your life's not meaningless. Well, that's it for now. Until next time.